Hello viewers and dear students. In this video, I'll continue with revision for term 1. Here I'll discuss about alligation or mixture and solve the questions of exercise 3 from student support material. First we will see what is mixture. Mixture, it is basically mixing of two or more ingredients together in a certain ratio. Now coming to alligation. This alligation, it is a rule which enables us to find the ratio in which two or more ingredients are mixed at the given price to produce a mixture of desired price. If we are having some two or more ingredients and if we want to obtain a mixture of the desired price, then in what ratio we have to mix these ingredients. The ingredients can be either of higher price or it may be of lower price. So the ratio in which we have to mix these ingredients at the given price to produce a mixture of desired price is called alligation. Then coming to mean price. It is the cost price of unit quantity of the mixture. The final mixture that we obtain, the cost price of that mixture is called mean price. Here we will see the rule of alligation. So let us take, let mean price of the mixture be M, then cost price of the cheaper ingredient be C, and cost price of the dearer ingredient be D. Dearer ingredient is nothing but it is the ingredient whose cost is more, and cheaper ingredient we know it is the ingredient whose cost is less. So if we want to use this rule of alligation, we have to draw a cross. So the cost price of cheaper ingredient, it is given by C. So this is C, and the cost price of dearer ingredient is given by D. The mean price is given by M. So we have to draw a cross like this to find the ratio in which we have to mix the cheaper ingredient and the dearer ingredient. So here we have D minus M and here we have M minus C. So the value which we have here, so this part will show the proportion of cheaper ingredient and this part will show the proportion of dearer ingredient. So cheaper ingredient is to dearer ingredient, it is equal to D minus M is to M minus C. So the rule of alligation, it gives the ratio in which we have to mix the cheaper ingredient and dearer ingredient to obtain a final mixture at the desired mean price M. So this is basically rule of alligation. Or we can also remember the formula, quantity of cheaper ingredient upon quantity of dearer ingredient is equal to cost price of dearer ingredient minus mean price upon mean price minus cost price of cheaper ingredient. Now continuing with the rule of alligation, suppose a container contains X unit of a liquid from which Y unit are taken out and replaced by water. If we repeat the same operation n times. Now there are situations where we have milk has to be diluted with water or sugar syrup has to be diluted with water, like that there are situations that happens. So if we want to know the actual amount of the original liquid which is left after performing this operation n times, then we can use this rule of alligation. So the answer, if we repeat the same operation n times, then the quantity of pure liquid, it is given by X into 1 minus Y by X the whole raised to n. So how this happens, we will see in the exercise questions. Now coming to the exercise question, these are the exercise questions from exercise 3 of student support material of unit 1, numbers and quantification. In what ratio must rice at rupees 69 per kg be mixed with rice at rupees 100 per kg so that the mixture be worth rupees 80 per kg. So here we can see that the cheaper rice is rupees 69 per kg and the dearer rice or the costlier rice is rupees 100 per kg. The mean price is rupees 80 per kg. So using the cross, we have C is equal to rupees 69, D is equal to rupees 100 and the mean price M is equal to rupees 80. So here we have D minus M. So 100 minus 80 is 20. Here M minus C. So 80 minus 69 is 9. I'm sorry, 80 minus 69 is 11. So we need to find the ratio of cheaper quantity is to dearer quantity. So cheaper quantity upon dearer quantity is equal to this D minus M. So this side we have cheaper quantity and this side we have dearer quantity. So this is equal to 20 by 11 or it is equal to 20 is to 11. Next question, the average salary per head of the entire staff of a small factory including the supervisor and laborers is rupees 5,750. The average salary per head of the supervisor is rupees 20,000 and that of laborers is rupees 5,000. Find the number of laborers in the factory if there are 4 supervisors. So here we have the person receiving more salary is the supervisor and the person receiving less salary is the laborer. So here if we have the laborer's salary here, it is rupees 5,000 and here we have supervisor's salary. It is rupees 20,000. And here it is given the average salary per head of the entire staff is rupees 5,750. So M is equal to rupees 5,750. So here C is 5,000 and D is 20,000. So here D minus M, it is equal to 20,000 minus 5,750. It is 14,250. And here M minus C, it is 5,750 minus 5,000. So it is 750. So the ratio of laborers is to supervisors. It is equal to 14,250 is to 750. So 14,250 upon 750 we get 19. So this is equal to 19 is to 1. So for 19 laborers there is 1 supervisor. Here it is given the number of supervisors is 4. Therefore number of laborers will be 19 into 4. So number of laborers is equal to 19 into 4. This is equal to 76. So we have to find the ratio of laborers to supervisor using the rule of alligation. We can find it easily and after finding the ratio we can find the answer. Next question, a container contains 70 liters of orange squash. The squash being too concentrated, 7 liters of squash was taken out from this container and replaced by water. This process was repeated thrice to reduce the concentration of squash. How much quantity of orange squash is left in the container? So here we have to use the formula x into 1 minus y by x the whole raised to n. So here the original liquid is 70 liters, which means x is equal to 70 liters and 7 liters of the squash is taken out and replaced by water. So y is 7 liters. Y is 7 liters. And this process was repeated thrice. It means N is equal to 3. So the quantity of orange squash left in the container is, so quantity of squash left is equal to x into 1 minus y by x the whole raised to n. So this is 70 into 1 minus 7 by 10, 7 by 70 the whole cube. So it is 1 minus 0.1. So it is 70 into 0.9 the whole cube, or it is equal to 51.03 liters. So the quantity of orange squash left in the container is 51.03 liters. Next question, cost of two types of pulses is rupees 55 per kg and rupees 90 per kg. If both the pulses are mixed together in the ratio 2:3, what should be the price of the mixed variety of pulses per kg? So here the ratio is given and we need to find the mean price. So here the cost of cheaper variety, this is 55 and the dearer variety is 90. We need to find M. So using the cross, here we have 90 minus M and here we have M minus 55. So we need to find M. So given cheaper quantity is 2, dearer quantity is 2 by 3. This is equal to 2:3. So as I already said, this side we have cheaper quantity and this side we have dearer quantity. So 90 minus M upon M minus 55. This is equal to 2 by 3. So from this we can find M easily. So we get 270 minus 3M is equal to 2M minus 110. Or we get 5M is equal to 380, or M is equal to 76. Therefore, the price of mixed variety of pulses is equal to rupees 76 per kg. So this is equal to rupees 76 per kg. Next question, a shopkeeper has 1 quintal of wheat, part of which she sells at 18% gain and the rest at 28% gain. In total, she gains 24%. Find the quantity of wheat sold at 18% and 28%. So some part she sells at 18% gain and the remaining at 28% gain. The net gain she gets is 24%. We need to find the quantity of wheat sold at 18% and quantity of wheat sold at 28%. So here the cheaper, that is the selling price of the cheaper wheat. So here it is 18% and then the dearer wheat she sells at a gain of 28%. So that the total profit she gets is 24%. So this side we have the wheat she sells at 18% profit and this side we have the wheat she sells at 28% profit. So here D minus M is 28 minus 24, so this is 4%, and M minus C is 24 minus 18, which is 6%. So we have quantity sold at 18% upon quantity sold at 28% is equal to 4 by 6. So this is D minus M upon M minus C. So it is 4 by 6 or it is equal to 2 by 3. So the ratio is 2:3. The shopkeeper has 1 quintal of wheat. So 1 quintal is equal to 100 kg. So the quantity of wheat sold at 18% will be 2 by 2 plus 3, 2 by 5 into 100. So it is 2 by 5 into 100. So this is equal to 40 kg. And the remaining wheat is sold at 28 kg. The remaining wheat will be 60 kg, or even if we substitute from here from the ratio, it is 3 by 5 into 100. So it is 60 kg. Next question, 600 gram of jaggery syrup has 40% jaggery in it. How much jaggery should be added to make it 50% in the syrup? So here it is given there is 600 gram of jaggery syrup having 40% jaggery in it. Now we need to find the amount of jaggery that has to be added to make it 50% in the syrup. So here we have C is equal to 40%. So in the jaggery syrup there is 40% of jaggery. Then here we have D as 100%. So if we have to add jaggery to make it 50% in the syrup, then we have to add total jaggery. So it means D is 100%, and we need to make a syrup which is 50% concentration. So M is 50. So here we have D minus M, 100 minus 50%, 50%, and here we have M minus C, 50 minus 40%, 10%. So we have the ratio of jaggery syrup to jaggery to 100% pure jaggery. It is equal to 50 is to 10, or it is equal to 5 is to 1. So here it is given 60 gram of jaggery syrup has 40% jaggery in it. So the required quantity of jaggery that has to be added, it is 600 by 5 into 1. Since the ratio of jaggery syrup is to jaggery is equal to 5 is to 1, the required quantity of jaggery that has to be added to make it 50% concentration is 600 by 5 into 1, or it is equal to 120 grams. Next question, in what ratio water must be added to dilute honey costing rupees 240 per liter so that the resulted syrup worth be rupees 200 per liter? So we need to find the ratio in which water must be added to dilute honey costing 240 per liter so that the resulting syrup is 200 rupees per liter. So here if we have water, water is the cheaper ingredient because it comes at 0 cost. So this is 0 rupees, and here we have honey costing rupees 240 per liter. So we need to add these two in certain proportion so that the resulted syrup is worth rupees 200 per liter. So M is equal to rupees 200. So here we have D minus M. So 240 minus 200 is 40. Here we have M minus C. 200 minus 0 is 200. So the ratio of water is to honey, it is equal to 40 is to 200, or it is equal to 1 is to 5. So the ratio of water to honey is 1 is to 5. This side we have water and this side is for honey. A container has 50 liters of juice in it. 5 liters of juice is taken out and is replaced by 5 liters of water. This process is repeated 4 more times. What is the amount of juice in the container after final replacement? So here it is given the container has got 50 liters of juice in it. 5 liters of juice is taken out and replaced by 5 liters of water. This process is repeated 4 more times. We need to find the amount of juice after the final replacement. So here x is equal to 50, y is equal to 5 and n is equal to, this process is repeated 4 more times. So first it is replaced and it is repeated 4 more times. So n is 4 plus 1, which is 5. Therefore, the amount of juice left is given by x into 1 minus y by x the whole raised to n, or it is equal to 50 into 1 minus 5 by 50 the whole raised to 5. So this is equal to, so it is 50 minus 5 by 50 is 1 by 10. So 1 minus 0.1 is 0.9. So it is 50 into 0.9 the whole raised to 5. So this is equal to 29.5 liters. So the amount of juice left in the container after final replacement is 29.5 liters. I hope this video was useful for you. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.